Today's verse of the day is Proverbs chapter 19 and verse 21. It says, "There are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand." The word devices in this verse means plans, intentions, or schemes. So we can read this verse as, there are many plans in a man's heart. And that's true, isn't it? We're constantly making plans. We wake up every morning with a mental checklist. I'll do this first, then that, and by the end of the day, I'll have accomplished X, Y, and Z. Beyond our daily plans, we're planning for the bigger picture too. Our future education, career paths, the type of person we'll marry, the kind of house we want to live in, or how we want our lives to unfold. Whether we realize it or not, planning is a part of our nature. But here's the reality. Sometimes those plans fail. Things don't work out the way we expected, and when that happens, it can hit us hard. We get frustrated, we feel like giving up, or we become paralyzed by the fear of failure. This verse reminds us of an essential truth. Even when our plans fall apart, God's purpose never does. His counsel, His divine will is what stands firm through it all. No matter how well thought out or good intentioned our plans are, they are ultimately subject to God's sovereign purpose. Why do our plans sometimes fall apart? Well, it could be because that plan wasn't aligned with God's will. Or maybe He allowed it to fail because He has something far better in store for us. The roadblocks, the detours, and even the pain we experience serve a purpose in His plan. There's a purpose in the pain, and there's growth in the moments of doubt. So as believers, how do we align our plans with God's purposes? Well, the first thing we need to do is seek God in everything. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths." Before making plans, we should pray about them. Ask God to guide your decisions and to reveal whether your plans align with His purpose. Second thing, we need to hold on to our plans loosely. It's okay to have dreams and goals, but remember to surrender them to God. James chapter 4 verse 15 says, "Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we shall live and do this or that." Trust that His wisdom is greater than ours, and be open to the possibility that He may redirect your path. And third, we need to examine our motives and ask ourselves, are these plans for my own glory or for God's? Proverbs 16:2 says, "All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the spirit." When we make plans with the goal of honoring God and serving others, we're more likely to align with His purpose. Fourth, we need to trust God in the delays and disappointments. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 reminds us, and it says, "And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose." Even when things don't make sense to us, God is working behind the scenes for our good and His glory. And for those that don't know God, this verse challenges you to think beyond your own plans. Have you noticed how often life feels unpredictable? You work so hard, you make so many decisions, and still things fall apart. Could it be that there's a greater plan at work, one that isn't yours? God's purpose is eternal, unshakable, and perfect. And here's the truth. His purpose includes you. He created you. He knows you. He wants a relationship for you. He has a plan for your life, a plan to save you from sin, to give you hope and bring you into a relationship with Him. But it starts with surrendering your plans to His. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 16, verse 25, "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." If you keep chasing your own plans, you'll always feel like something is missing. But if you let go and trust God, you'll find the purpose and peace that you've been searching for.